Well folks, here we are. We're just leaving Damascus. The dancing bear is down there, and it's a nice morning, but cloudy, but we're going up there. And I think we're going to stop at Mojo's for coffee first. But let me say that Damascus is a great place. Some people like it, some people hate it. But you can't fault the people here. They are the locals can't do enough for you, and they love hikers. The dancing bear was great. Shannon and Melissa, great hosts. And this is just one of those towns that you never want to leave, in my case, because the people are just so friendly, and you don't get that much these days. Kind of says it all, really. A great place though. I would have said it was one of the two places I'd come back to so far. So Damascus and Hot Springs, top of the charts right now. And there we go, leaving Damascus. We're going to cross over the road in a minute and go up there towards the sunshine. Clouds are breaking. It's a nice morning for a walk. And get the positive attitude and stride out for Atkins, and which is about 74 miles. No idea how long it'll take to get there, and the weather's not meant to be great like last week, but whatever it is, we'll deal with it. Okay, onwards to Atkins. Thank you, Damascus. Let me tell you, after 2 days of sitting around eating bacon sandwiches, this climbing business is a shock to the system. Anyway, kind of good to be back in the woods at the moment. Of course, it's not raining yet, but we'll see. But it's 1,000 feet uphill, in case I forgot to mention that, until we get back up into the heights and start doing our normal thing. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. We're about 6 miles in, I guess. Same stuff. Trees, leaves, trail. We're following the creeper trail basically at the moment. That's the creeper trail over there. So named because it was an old railway track. It's just kind of like home, really, as in home England. Where the railway tracks are turned into bike paths, and this one is 34 miles long, I believe. It's called the Creeper Trail because the train used to creep along it, I guess, as far as I can make out anyway, the steam trains. Anyway, it's pretty picturesque. It's hot and humid. It feels like it might rain. I'm going at an extremely slow pace, just climbing up another hill. This is going to be a 1,200 foot climb, so it's going to take me a couple of hours. But we come across a new plant for me. It's the first red flower I've seen on the trail. I have no idea what it is, of course. I'm sure somebody will identify it. But there's lots of them around in this little patch for some reason. And we just starting to climb again. So there we go, another flower for the book. So it's right on noon, and I've only done 6 miles. Thought I'd done more than that, and now I've got a huge straight uphill. It's 2 miles to the shelter, which I was not going to stop there anyway. I'm just going to keep walking till 5-6 o'clock. So I'll probably get 12 miles in today, although this is a steep one. Like I said, it's 1,200 feet, but I'm not going to rush it, that's for sure. Everything hurts right now. Anyway, a little bit of film, a little bit of video. We're plodding along in the woods. as normal. So here we are, it's 1:20. I guess I've done 9.5 miles. And I've gone past Saunders Shelter now, it's 1/4 mile down there. And I'm not going to go down there and walk back out again. I'm going to keep going along the trail here. But it does mean I've reached the top of the hill at last at 1:20. So it's an hour and 20 minutes. It took me to do 2 miles. Tough. And I think, and this is unheard of, I'm actually getting a blister on my right heel. And I have no idea why after all these miles. Still, we'll have a look at that in a minute. We're going to walk to a water source because we're out of water. And I'm going to fill up my water there and have a look at it. Take my boot off for a minute. It's very humid and warm. Thank goodness, not cold, but no rain yet. Oh, there's a big old something or other. Come to have a look. Anyway, yep, a little bit of a downhill, uphill, and then downhill. Good. So here we are. We're just entering mile 13. I'm only going to do about another mile, maybe not even a mile, to a big bridge where apparently there's a load of cool campsites by the river. So I'm not going to go up to the shelter because I think it's going to be cool to be by the river for another night before we start climbing again up into the mountains. But it's been interesting today. This is the trail. Yet again, the fall takes me into double figures for major falls, as in car crash type falls. So again, we will assess the damage in the morning. Nothing broken anyway, kit wise or bone wise. I took a video right after while I was laying on the ground, so that should be quite interesting. You'll have to mind the language if it ever gets published. But yeah, I just put my foot in a hole and everything gave way ground wise, and that was it. I went straight to the scene of the accident, and that was about 3-4 miles ago now. Anyway, you can hear the water, but you can't see it, unfortunately. I hope I was going to show it to you, maybe later. But this is the trail, and we're still on it. I'm actually walking on the Virginia Creeper Trail again. But there's the Laurel River. There's actually a guy fly fishing, looks like, down there. Or maybe not fly fishing, and lure fishing anyway, of some description. Pretty cool. Apparently I'm only 0.3 of a mile from where I want to camp, but I don't see any sign of anything likely to be a camping spots, because it's sheer one side and sheer the other. So something drastic's got to happen if there's camping spots 0.3 from here. I'm sure we will find out sooner or later. I'm not sure what that trail is down there, because I'm on the Virginia Creeper, and I'm not sure what those platforms are for either. I've got them all like every 50 yards, sometimes 20 yards, all the way down the river, unless they're for people to fish from. I really don't know, but there they are, and there's lots of them. Anyway, onwards. Well, here I am at a big wooden bridge. It's the Laurel Creek Bridge. and it's very wooden and it's very long, and it goes over Laurel Creek, obviously. Somewhere around here I'm looking for a campsite. Apparently there's campsites down by the river, but it's a long way down, so I'm not going down there till I'm sure I can get back up again. There is a road down there and other people, so I think I should have stayed on that road if I wanted to camp down there. So, but all will be revealed, I'm sure. But looking over the edge, there is the Laurel River. Anyway, I thought I'd drop my phone, that would be disastrous. Halfway across the bridge, and I'm sure you've seen enough of it. A very long wooden bridge it is too. So that's what assuming does. I assumed I was going along there, but apparently I'm not. I'm going left, right off the end of the long bridge. So that's why there's going to be campsites down by the river, because numerous signage telling me to turn left and go down. So maybe I will find somewhere down here. It's getting awful dark. Hope it doesn't rain before I get my tent up. Anyway, we're on the move, and looking forward to eating actually and sleeping. There we are, Laurel Creek Bridge, the old trestle bridge, and then over the river, big old concrete piles. And we should take the railway, and the river's just down there, and that's where I'm going to flat camp, because I'm worn out. Done about 13 today, 13 and a half maybe even, and probably 15 with the amount of wandering around I've been doing. But I can camp down here and soak my feet, and hopefully not get too wet when it rains, because it's definitely going to rain, I can feel it. So here, you can help me find a campsite. It's going to be right here, right there. Later folks. Things change all the time. 15 minutes later I've changed my mind. I'm not going to camp right there, I'm going to go up towards the shelter. Two reasons. One, I've just seen the weather forecast, and it's thunderstorms and torrential rain tomorrow, so I want to be near the shelter. That's one of the reasons, and the other reason is I've got no cell service at all down here, not even a bar, no service, and entertainment is scarce out here, and at least being able to get on the internet anywhere is one of the good things. So even that now is making me walk another 1.8 miles to the shelter, uphill. How things change. Here we are, back on the trail, and we'll see where we go from here. And it's still only 4:45, and the shelter's up there. Who knows, I could change my mind again in a minute. So, here we are, we're day 2 out of Damascus. We did 15.9 yesterday, and it was meant to rain today, but it isn't yet. And we've just started out. It's 8:45, and we don't know how far I'm going to go today, but I do know I'm going up there. So up there is Buzzard Rock, apparently. So it's another 2,000 foot climb, which is going to put a big dent in my day, which probably means that I won't be going anywhere near 15 miles, more like 10, 11, because those big climbs take me a lot of time out of my day and a lot of energy. So, but hey, back up to 5,000 feet. I haven't been up there for a while, so we'll see what today will bring. It's really nice right now. Hopefully it'll stay like this, because I really don't like the rain much, or the wind. Anyway, perfect hiking conditions right now, so can't complain. And like I say, let's get up that mountain. It's 5 miles from here to the summit that I've just shown you, so should be sometime this afternoon. Okay, later. Well, here we are. The birds are singing. It's 9:30 in the morning and it's getting closer, but it sure isn't getting any smaller. That's where we're going. Now only 3.8 miles to the top, but it's opened out a little bit. Of course we're going back into the trees any second, but hey, thankful for small mercies, I suppose. Out of the trees for 5 minutes is good. There's a big old bird down there chirping away. Can't see him, but he's been chirping all day while I've been walking through the woods. So, there it is, Buzzard Rock. 3.5 miles to the top. Hopefully I'll get there before the views disappear and it starts to rain. Later. Well, as you can see, the weather changes pretty quick around here. Sun was out 15 minutes ago. Now the rain has moved in, and according to the radar, it's here for the night. Ah, how wonderful. Anyway, we're still climbing, but we're very close to the 5,000 foot peak. Probably won't be doing much more filming today if this weather keeps up, because the phone will get soaked, and that wouldn't be good. But weather report from Buzzard Rock. I can just imagine what it's going to be. Visibility 0, thunder and lightning and torrential rain. But we shall see. It definitely started raining hard, but we're only about half a mile from the summit, so oh, a lightning. Anyway, about half a mile from the summit, and when we get there we're gonna get down again as fast as we can to some sort of shelter. Unfortunately the actual shelter is not for 5 miles, so we'll see. Anyway, speak to you later. Bye. So here we are. We made it to the top of Buzzard Rock right on noon. So we didn't hurry, and it was tough in that rain. And it's, of course, the view from here is fantastic. It's one of the best views on the Appalachian Trail. Unless you're me and you get here and you can't see more than 20 meters, 50 feet. So once again we're thwarted by the weather, and the good news is it's only supposed to rain till Thursday, so don't expect too many more views, but maybe some pissed off comments. Anyway, I'm going back down now. Shame, because I'll never come here again. I can guarantee it. But oh well, I can go on the internet and look at the view, I suppose. Later. Just my luck. It's windy and pouring with rain instead of sunny, and I'm out in the open. There is no justice. 400 and 90 miles in the woods, in the sun. 4 miles probably wide open in the wind and the rain. Oh well. Oh yeah, and no views. There's the mountain we just came down. Walked all along that ridge, and that up in the clouds there is Buzzard Point that I climbed this morning. Walked along the ridge and then down to the parking lot, and now we're going up here for 4.5 miles, apparently to a shelter. And you know, even though it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that might be me done, because I am soaked to the skin. It's still raining, and I want a bit of a view when I go across the highlands. Anyway, we'll see later. It's still raining, obviously, but I'm entering the Lewis Fort Wilderness, which goes up to Mount Rogers, which is the highest peak in Virginia. So I'll either do that today or maybe very first thing in the morning, because it's right next door to the shelter, so we shall see. I've got to get up there first. Been a heck of a day, but we're still plugging along. Later. So we made it to the shelter at the start of the Grayson Highlands, and we're at the water source getting water. It was absolutely horrible today, and now the sun may just be trying to break out, but you still can't see anything. It's just misty, and I put my tent up right in the middle of a fir forest, hopefully to keep out the wind a little bit. It's meant to rain again, a thunderstorm tonight, and hopefully tomorrow the Grayson Highlands will be for us to see in all its glory, and its wild horses. Apparently there are wild feral ponies around here by the 100. Haven't seen one yet. So when it's raining non-stop, although it has stopped now, this is how you have to live. I am living in my tent, basically. Came in here and probably 4. It's now 7 o'clock at night, and got my mail here, right there. I've been in my sleeping bag the whole time. All my wet gear is right here, and I'm going to put it under my sleeping bag when I go to sleep. And various sundries lying around here. There's my food bag, which I've got to repack and then take outside in a minute and hang. And hope no big bad bears come. So this is it, the life of an Appalachian Trail hiker. And I have to say, this Big Agnes tent has been awesome. Really good tent. The Copper Spur HV UL2, perfect size for one person, not two, but it's stood up to some high winds and lots of rain and done pretty well. So there we go. I'm going to now lay in my sleeping bag and make a cup of coffee. That's the way it goes.